Welcome to our channel. Did you know that every single day, thousands of brand new cars are sitting on dealer lots across America, slowly losing their value by the minute? And here's the crazy part. Many of these vehicles will never actually be sold to regular customers like you and me. So, what exactly happens to all these unsold cars? And more importantly, how can you take advantage of this massive industry secret to save thousands on your next vehicle purchase? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support is needed to keep money-saving and insightful content coming to our audience. I'm about to reveal the hidden world of automotive inventory management that dealers desperately don't want you to know about. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why timing your car purchase could be the difference between paying full price and walking away with an incredible deal that most people never even know exists. Let's start with the shocking reality of just how many cars go unsold every year. The average dealership in America carries between 60 to 90 days worth of inventory at any given time. That might not sound like much, but when you multiply that across the roughly 16,500 new car dealerships nationwide, we're talking about millions of vehicles just sitting there waiting for buyers who may never come. But here's where it gets really interesting. Car manufacturers operate on what's called a push system, meaning they're constantly producing vehicles and pushing them to dealers whether there's immediate demand or not. This creates a constant pressure cooker situation where dealers are forced to move inventory to make room for new shipments, even if it means taking a loss. Now, you might think that unsold cars just sit on the lot until someone eventually buys them, but the automotive industry has some fascinating strategies for dealing with excess inventory. The first thing that happens is aggressive markdown pricing. Once a vehicle has been sitting for more than 90 days, dealers start getting really nervous. Their floor plan financing costs are eating into their profits, and they need that space for newer models. This is when the real deals start happening. Dealers will begin offering substantial rebates, often stacking manufacturer incentives with their own dealership discounts. I'm talking about savings that can reach into the thousands of dollars, sometimes even tens of thousands on luxury vehicles. The key is knowing when and how to identify these situations. One of the most common destinations for unsold new cars is what's called the daily rental market. Companies like Hertz, Enterprise, and Avis purchase massive quantities of vehicles directly from manufacturers at significantly discounted rates. These cars serve in rental fleets for anywhere from 6 months to 2 years before being sold as used vehicles with relatively low mileage. Here's what this means for you as a consumer. Those nearly new used cars with 15,000 to 30,000 miles that you see at dealerships, many of them started as unsold new inventory that went to rental companies first. You can often find these vehicles at prices 20 to 30% below what they would have cost new, and they're typically well maintained since rental companies have strict service schedules. Another fascinating destination for unsold inventory is employee and supplier sales programs. Automakers will often sell excess inventory to their own employees or business partners at substantial discounts. General Motors, Ford, and other manufacturers have entire departments dedicated to moving unsold inventory through these internal channels. But here's a strategy that most people never consider. Some unsold vehicles actually get shipped to different markets where demand is higher. A pickup truck that won't sell in Manhattan might be exactly what a dealer in Texas is looking for. This creates opportunities for savvy buyers who are willing to travel or work with dealers in different regions. The seasonal aspect of unsold inventory is absolutely crucial to understand. Model year changeovers typically happen in the fall, which means August and September are prime months for finding incredible deals on current model year vehicles that dealers need to clear out. Similarly, convertibles and sports cars that don't sell during summer months often see dramatic price reductions as winter approaches. Now let's talk about what this all means for your wallet. The most important thing to understand is that a car's value starts depreciating the moment it's manufactured, not when it's sold to the first retail customer. This means that a vehicle that's been sitting on a lot for 6 months has already lost a significant portion of its value, even though it technically has 0 miles and is considered new. Smart buyers can leverage this depreciation to their advantage. When you're shopping for a new car, ask dealers specifically about their oldest inventory. Look for vehicles that have been on the lot for more than 90 days. These cars represent the dealer's biggest pain points, and they're often willing to negotiate much more aggressively on pricing. Here's a pro tip that could save you thousands. Many dealers will be transparent about their inventory age if you ask directly. Some even have internal systems that track how long each vehicle has been on the lot. If you can identify a car that's been sitting for 120 days or more, you're in an incredibly strong negotiating position. The financing aspect of unsold inventory creates additional opportunities. Manufacturers sometimes offer special financing incentives on older inventory, including 0% interest rates or cashback offers that aren't available on newer arrivals. This can compound your savings significantly over the life of your loan. Another consequence of the unsold car phenomenon is the emergence of car brokers and buying services that specialize in finding these hidden deals. These services often have relationships with multiple dealerships and can locate specific vehicles that meet your requirements while maximizing your savings potential. The luxury car market handles unsold inventory particularly aggressively. High-end manufacturers like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Audi often provide substantial incentives to move older inventory because the carrying costs are so much higher. A luxury vehicle that might have had a sticker price of $70,000 could potentially be purchased for $50,000 or less if you time your purchase correctly. But here's something most people don't realize about certified pre-owned programs. Some vehicles in these programs were never actually sold to retail customers. Instead, they were used as demonstrator vehicles, executive cars, or loaner vehicles for a short period before being certified and sold as pre-owned. This allows manufacturers to technically move the inventory while still offering nearly you walk past a car dealership and see rows upon rows of shiny new vehicles gleaming under the fluorescent lights. But here's something that might blow your mind. Millions of these brand new cars will never find their way into anyone's driveway. They'll sit there month after month, and what happens next is absolutely wild. And more importantly, this hidden reality could save you thousands of dollars on your next car purchase. But what happens to the cars that still don't sell even with these desperate measures? This is where the story takes some surprising turns. Many of these vehicles enter what's called the dealer trade network. Dealerships will literally swap unsold inventory with other dealers, hoping a different market or customer base might be more receptive. A car that couldn't sell in suburban Phoenix might find a buyer in downtown Seattle. Some vehicles get converted into loaner cars or service vehicles for the dealership itself. That brand new sedan gathering dust might become the courtesy car they lend to customers during service appointments. While this might seem like a waste, it actually serves dual purposes. The dealership gets utility from the vehicle, while creating a potential selling opportunity when customers fall in love with their loaner car. Here's where things get really interesting from an economic perspective. Vehicles that remain unsold for extended periods often get shipped to different regions entirely. Cars built for northern markets might end up in southern states and vice versa. There's actually a thriving logistics industry built around moving these orphaned vehicles to markets where they might sell better. But the most shocking revelation is what happens to cars that truly cannot find buyers anywhere. Some get retroactively classified as executive vehicles or demo cars, even if no executive ever drove them. This technical reclassification allows dealerships to sell them at used car prices while still maintaining their essentially new vehicles with minimal wear. In extreme cases, manufacturers will actually buy back unsold inventory from dealers. This might sound crazy, but it's often cheaper for the manufacturer than dealing with the negative publicity of desperate fire sales that could damage brand value. These bought-back vehicles then enter a shadowy secondary market where they might be sold to fleet companies, rental agencies, or even exported to other countries. Now here's what this means for you, and why this information is potentially worth thousands of dollars in savings. Most consumers focus their car shopping during peak selling seasons, spring and summer, when people are thinking about road trips and new beginnings. But the smartest shoppers know that the absolute best deals happen during the slowest selling periods, particularly late fall and winter when aged inventory reaches critical mass. Here's your action plan. When you're ready to buy, don't just look at the cars prominently displayed in front of the dealership. Ask specifically about aged inventory, demo vehicles, and executive cars. These vehicles are often identical to brand new cars but priced significantly lower because of their technical classification. Ask your salesperson how long specific vehicles have been on the lot. Any car over 90 days old gives you serious negotiating leverage. The dealership needs to move that inventory more than you need to buy that specific car, and this power dynamic shift can save you substantial money. Consider shopping at dealerships in different regions, especially if you're flexible about travel. A car that's been sitting unsold in one market might be exactly what you want, and dealers are often willing to negotiate aggressively to move aged inventory. Don't overlook manufacturer-certified pre-owned programs. Some of these vehicles are actually unsold new cars that got reclassified, but they come with warranties and benefits that rival new car purchases while costing significantly less. Here's an insider tip that few people know about. Dealerships often have end-of-quarter and end-of-year quotas that create artificial urgency around moving inventory. If you time your shopping for the last few weeks of March, June, September, or December, you might encounter dealers who are willing to take losses on aged inventory just to hit their numbers. The psychology of car buying changes dramatically when you understand these hidden dynamics. Instead of feeling pressured to buy whatever's available at sticker price, you can approach negotiations knowing that there's likely inventory somewhere that the dealer is motivated to move. But here's the most important takeaway. This system exists because of overproduction and market inefficiencies that aren't going away anytime soon. As long as manufacturers continue producing more vehicles than the market demands, there will always be opportunities for informed consumers to find exceptional deals on essentially new cars. The next time you're car shopping, remember that those gleaming vehicles on the lot tell only part of the story. Behind the scenes, there's an entire ecosystem of aged inventory, dealer trades, and reclassified vehicles waiting for buyers who know how to ask the right questions. This hidden market isn't advertised because dealerships would prefer to sell high-margin new inventory first. But now that you understand how the system really works, you can leverage it to your advantage and potentially drive away with thousands in savings. Have you ever bought an aged inventory vehicle or discovered one of these hidden deals? Drop a comment below and share your experience. And if this opened your eyes to the reality of car sales, make sure to subscribe because I reveal more industry secrets that could save you money on major purchases. Your future wallet will thank you.